Look what I get to have now. It's a panic button. Yep, it calls first responders. If I don't respond, they can find me. No problem at all. You know something? I saw a video of Amber Rose on TV, and this Democrat was just bashing her like nothing else. See, that's the thing. It's all that rhetoric coming from the left. And he was as far as left as I imagine he could be. Not y'all.
What are you talking about? And when I insisted, he said, prove it. So to prove my father wrong, I did my research and looked into all things Donald Trump. People have to do their research. I watched all the rallies, and I started meeting so many of you, his red hat wearing supporters. I realized Donald Trump and his supporters don't care if you're black, white, gay, or straight. It's all love. And that's when it hit me. These are my people. This is where I belong. So I let go of my fear of judgment, of being misunderstood, of getting attacked by the left, and I put the red hat on too. Thank you. Love you too. I never felt more free and more love for my country than I do now. I want to thank my father, who's in the audience tonight, for opening my eyes. He served over 20 years in the U.S. military. Thank you for your service, Dad. Yeah. I love you, Dad. I love you. I love you so much. Thank you. When I met the president and Melania for the first time, he was kind and generous and funny as hell. Very funny. The First Lady was gracious and smart with a smile that will brighten up any room. If you're watching this tonight, you know our country is in trouble. Just like me. When you go to the store, buy food for your family, you're shocked. When you fill up your gas tank, you're pissed. I know I am. And when you turn on the news, you are just exhausted. Inflation is out of control. And you know in your heart.
And Robert Patillo, we're going to bring you back in here remotely with us.
To this movement and fighting, and understand you got to be Kanye West's ex-girlfriend and a video vixen to speak on
This
the
guy
Republican Party.
is a hater.
This is
Period.
embarrassing for Republicans. They can do better than this. We are talking about a situation in a grave.
Well, we could have done better than Joe Biden.
Crooked Joe Biden from the White House, and we will take back our country on November 5th, 2024, the most important day in the history of our country. That's what it's going to go down as. Thank you.
Right, so there was a pre-taped message from the former president right there. We're hearing kind of the old version of Trump right there. Of course, he has said he has rewritten his speech that we're expecting on a Thursday, but we did cut you off, Robert, so we'll let you finish your previous statement.
Proves my point exactly. Well, we can't get through the first day of the RNC convention without talking about these radical Democrats. They're going to cheat. They're going to steal the election from you. We have to come together. We have to defeat them. The most important day in American history is we take our country back. That is what inspires people such as this shooter. That's the exact point that I'm trying to make. We can't come together as a nation.
Oh my God.
One of the leading presidential candidates talking about this concept of American tribalism that almost resulted in him being killed on Saturday. And they are so addicted to that level of rhetoric. They're so addicted because they have absolutely no policies. They don't talk about healthcare. They don't
Robert,
He's a Democrat.
Robert,
All they talk about is tribalism and the destruction of America, and that is why it's so difficult.
He's a
all
Democrat.
right, we will have to stop you again because Senator Marsha Blackburn is now speaking at the.
Y'all know who Amber Rose is? I'm quite sure you do. You may not know who I am, but it doesn't matter. But I watched her, a segment of her at the podium at the RNC, and they cut back into a panel of people, and there was this black chubby face with a beard, and he just bashed the living daylights out of her. He's got to be far left as they can get. All this radical, far left radicals and their hate speech. They hate upon people. Why? And then there's this guy, Jack Black. Oh my God. I want to see that man in person. I seriously do. Because I don't appreciate what he did. And if he don't like it too damn bad. See y'all later.
22 from Bethel Park High School. He received a $500 STAR Award from the National Math and Science Initiative. A former classmate named Jason Kohler says the alleged shooter was bullied every day in high school.
I mean, he would sit alone at lunch. I mean, he was just an outcast, and you know how kids are nowadays, so they're going to see someone like that, and they're going to target him because they think it's funny or whatever. So I don't want to say this is what provoked it, but you never know.
Kohler says the shooting suspect was a loner who he believes was on the high school rifle team.
I want to say he was a loner more because he was quiet, but like he was just bullied. Like he was bullied so much.
Kohler says people made fun of his appearance.
He'd wear hunting outfits sometimes. He would always wear a mask, even after COVID. He wore a mask. Like you could look at him and you would be like, something's a little off. That's how I can describe it.
House Speaker Mike Johnson says Congress will probe if there were security lapses at the rally, speaking on NBC's Today.
We need to know, how could an individual be at that elevation that was seen by apparently bystanders on the ground? Yeah. How could that not be noticed by Secret Service?
FBI officials say they haven't yet found an ideology linked to the suspect. They say they also haven't discovered any indications of mental health issues or found any threatening language on his social media accounts. Secret Service agents fatally shot the suspect after he allegedly opened fire from the roof of a building about 450 feet from the stage where Trump was speaking. Daniel Monahan, NTD News.
On the rooftop before he fired at Trump. The area was being guarded by local law enforcement. The officer tried to climb onto the roof to inspect it, but the shooter aimed his gun at the officer, forcing him to back down. Eyewitnesses at the rally say they saw a man crawling up the roof with a rifle. They saw the Secret Service nearby and tried to get their attention, but said the officers were just running around. FBI officials say they believe the shooter acted alone. The agency is investigating the attack as both an attempted assassination and an act of domestic terrorism. And turning to the attack at former President Trump's campaign rally, continuing with that, FBI officials say they believe the would-be assassin acted alone. As you just heard, NTD's Daniel Monahan has more on that and the reactions of the alleged shooter's classmates who say that he was bullied.
And that's a little bit.
Former President Trump was discussing the crisis of illegal immigration when shots from a would-be assassin rang out. The former president clutched his ear where he was shot. He soon drops down as panicked rally attendees scream in horror and duck for cover. The FBI is investigating the attack as both an attempted assassination and an act of domestic terrorism. The attack was the first major assassination.
Jack Black, I'm calling your ass out. I do believe you are a communist. Are you or are you not a communist? Do you have the balls to get in front of a camera with me and have a discussion? You know, you wish harm against another human being, and you all claim to love everybody. It doesn't sound like it. And what do you got to say to that, Mr. Jack Black? Because I saw what you did on stage. A lot of people saw it, and a lot of people don't appreciate what you do, what you said. You know, when you wish harm against somebody else, and you wish somebody hadn't missed, then you're part of the problem, dude. People like you that caused that kid to get that weapon and try and shoot Donald Trump. So, you want to sit down in front of a camera with me? I don't think you got the balls. You or anybody else in your band. Looks like somebody's compressor got stolen. You know, people just don't put those things in the trash. Looks like somebody's compressor got stolen. You know, people just don't put those things in the trash. How y'all doing right now? You wonder where I'm at? Well, I'm down at the public library using the Wi-Fi. I'm multitasking. One, I'm charging my wheelchair. It's plugged into the charger over here. All that nice, good stuff I gotta do. And talking to you and making a video. Yep, see? That's how I do it, right there. I used to be able to do it anywhere on any one of my phones. I hate it when something pops up on my screen. Oh Lord. Some notification from somebody. Anyway, I just thought I'd let you know. I do this all the time.